gas exchange. This is for you, grade 11. This is chapter 30, section 2. So, the gas exchange occurs in the alveoli of the lungs. Again, we said that there is a difference between the entrance of the oxygen into your body and the actual function that the oxygen does at the level of the cell. Every cell in the body needs oxygen and must get rid of carbon dioxide. However, the alveoli and their capillaries are the only places where gas exchange with the atmosphere occurs. So, at the level of the alveoli, the air is going to enter. And this is also where the air exits the body. But then this oxygen or air, it has to enter into your cells in order to perform certain functions. The lungs bring in a steady supply of oxygen and they expel carbon dioxide. The gas exchange in the lungs is based on three principles. First of all, that oxygen and carbon dioxide are carried by the blood. Second, that gases move by diffusion. Okay, so they move from the area of higher concentration to the area of lower concentration. And then the lining of the alveoli must be moist to help gases diffuse. The diffusion of oxygen and carbon dioxide. In the alveoli, the respiratory and the circulatory system, they come together in the process of gas exchange. So, when you inhale, the air is going to enter into your alveoli. Okay, and then this, at the level of the alveoli, the air is going to pass through the capillaries in order to be carried to your cells, and then in your cells it is going to perform its function. The alveoli are lined by millions and millions of capillaries. The surface area of the alveoli could reach 100 square meters. Without this huge area for gas exchange, the lungs would be unable to extract enough oxygen from the air to keep you alive. The complex network of capillaries that surrounds and penetrates the alveoli are very important because they allow for the gas exchange. The blood in the capillaries contains red blood cells, and these red blood cells, they contain hemoglobin. Hemoglobin is an iron-rich protein which binds with 4 oxygen molecules. Again, so the air is going to enter through your lungs, and at the level of the alveoli, a whole new process is going to happen. At the level of the alveoli, which are lined by capillaries, there will be exchange. This air is going to be passing from your lungs into your body. It is going to be picked up by the blood that is present in your capillaries, and the blood that is present in your capillaries contains hemoglobin. This hemoglobin is rich in an iron-rich protein, and it can bind with 4 atoms of oxygen, 4 molecules, of oxygen. The blood becomes bright red, which means that now it's rich in oxygen, and then it is going to go to your cells. On the other side, carbon dioxide concentrations are higher in the blood at this point, okay, than in the alveoli. So the diffusion is going to happen from the blood to the alveoli. So during inhalation, the level of oxygen inside the alveoli is higher than the one in the capillaries. So the oxygen is going to pass from the alveoli to the capillaries. And then during exhalation, the level of carbon dioxide in the capillaries is higher, so also by diffusion the carbon dioxide is going to enter into the alveoli. So the higher concentration of carbon dioxide in the blood is due to the fact that every cell, of course, produces carbon dioxide and water as waste products. Both the carbon dioxide and the water, they're going to combine in the blood to form carbonic acid. The more carbonic acid there is in the blood, the more acidic the blood becomes. When carbonic acid diffuses into the alveoli, the compound separates again into carbon dioxide and water vapor, which are exhaled. A question: why is the gas exchange important also for your nervous system? The gas exchange is so critical that to the body that it's an autonomic function. Remember, when we were talking about the nervous system, we said that there are functions that autonomic, or as we say, they are automatic, you cannot control them. Okay, so it's one of the autonomic functions that are regulated by the medulla and the pons in the brain stem. These centers, they monitor the dissolved gases in the blood, particularly carbon dioxide, of course. As you become more active, the levels of carbon dioxide increase, the blood becomes more acidic. So the sensors in the respiratory and the circulatory system, they are going to signal this change to the brain stem. The medulla is going to send messages through the nervous and the endocrine system that stimulate the diaphragm and the rib cage to work harder. This is why you breathe more whenever you are exercising. Okay, some of the respiratory, actually all of the respiratory diseases, they interfere with the proper exchange of the gases. One of the problems is the emphysema. Emphysema is this lung disorder that's caused mainly by smoking. Why? Because during emphysema, over time, many of the alveoli are destroyed. So the surface area for gas exchange is not enough for the amount of oxygen that the body needs. People with advanced emphysema, the amount of oxygen in the air is not enough for them, so they need supplemental oxygen. Asthma. Asthma means that the bronchioles are going to constrict or close, and they are not going to allow the proper exchange of gases. This condition makes it hard to move the air in and out of the lung. The person which has severe asthma attacks can die from lack of oxygen. So this is all about the respiration and gas exchange, and next time we're going to start talking about your circulatory system.